After a summer full of play dates, park days, and trips to the pool, we are sinking solidly into reality. Families now facing the earlier bedtimes, the set schedules, homework is rolling in, the list goes on, but no need to worry. We're going to help you start your family year off right, sharing a back-to-school strategy for that easy transition. Jenny Layton dedicates her professional life to helping busy moms get organized, and she's here today to help us manage this busy time of year more smoothly. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
So before we get too far down the path of organizing and getting ready, you say it all starts with mindset, really.
Right. So it's kind of a joke around our house that every September we can predict I'm going to have my breakdown. I think, can you relate?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
That adjustment from summer that's so relaxed to getting kids up and out the door and homework and where they need to be, it is hard to get back into that back to school groove. So one of the things that's really helped me is to think about going back to school kind of like getting on and off the freeway.
Okay.
So when you're on the freeway, you're on cruise control. You're going fast, it's pretty smooth and mindless. That's kind of like how we feel right now with summer. We've adjusted to the summer schedule. We kind of know what things are like. Things get pretty clunky though when we have to get off the exit, and gas up and stop at the intersections. And I think that's what we're dreading about school is just that adjustment and that bumpiness. So what's really helped me was to recognize I can just get back on the freeway. Soon enough, the new normal is going to feel like these school routines. It's going to be okay. And just that idea, when I'm having my September breakdown, when you have your September breakdown, just remember, in just a minute, I'll be getting back on the freeway with this new normal. So it's okay.
Speed will resume.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be clunky right now.
You have such a clever way and a meaningful way of reframing what we're feeling. So thank you for that. Mindset check is where we start. After that, you say a family meeting is helpful. And I'm recognizing some families are already in the throes of it, but probably not too late at week 1 or 2 to evaluate where we're at as a group.
Right. So we've kind of got to all get on the same page. And one of the big things that helps with that kind of disruption from summer to back to school is getting those routines put in place. So sit down with the family and just help everybody understand what are we doing after school? When is homework going to be done? And I think the biggest thing is when are we going to bed and what needs to be done before we go to bed? We can avoid a lot of problems if we recognize what trips us up in the morning. So for example, we were just talking before the segment, I have a lot of teenage girls. We have to pick out outfits the night before we go to bed because it's just drama the next morning if we don't. So figure out what that is for your family. Is it packing lunches? Is it making sure the dance bag is packed before school so that when you rush to dance right after school, it's ready to go? Get those routines solid and in place and make sure everybody knows. You avoid a lot of problems with back to school.
Yeah, it feels reasonable to say anything you can do the night before. Do it, right? I mean, those mornings become so chaotic and things will pop up, right?
That's why you want to take care of what's predictable before those crazy things happen.
So in our family meeting, we talk about what's being done the night before, what can we kind of head off so it isn't such of a catastrophe.
Yeah, and print out the schedules. I mean, I think that helps everyone, especially the kids, that they can follow a checklist before school and after school. They love that feeling of security as much as we do. So getting them in the habit and that routine, getting those things done quickly makes that kind of off the freeway, on the freeway a lot quicker.
There it is again. Do you family calendar, Jenny, or what's your system for calendaring?
Yeah, we have a big whiteboard where I put everybody's schedules and so everyone can keep track of it.
At a glance, that's helpful. Your final tip is to stay on top of the paper coming in each day before it takes over. And I already am feeling that.
Yeah, it's the worst. That's the thing that a lot of my clients struggle with organizationally. So the biggest thing is get in the habit of checking the backpacks every day when they come home because we miss stuff if we don't. And then the paper stacks up and it's overwhelming to go through. So first of all, check the backpacks. But then we have the problem of all the papers on the counter. What are we going to do with that? So what I really want to recommend is take the action out of the paper and put it in your to-do list. People leave things on the counter to remind them, but the problem is think they get covered up by other papers. It feels chaotic. That's not a good reminder system. So pull the action out of the paper into your to-do list. A lot of times you can just throw the paper away so you don't have the clutter, but if it's a paper you need to hang on to, that's where I recommend a system like this one.
Teach me what you do,
Okay, so this is a desktop file. Each person in the family gets their own, and this is where the homework packet goes, or the soccer schedule goes, or whatever it is that comes home that you need to hang on to. We don't want things up on the fridge. That feels really messy. We don't want to use those papers as the cue to remember. The reminder is in the calendar. The reminder's in our to-do list. The backup is the paper that's in this file right where everyone can find it. We keep it in the kitchen where everyone's doing kind of the homework hub situation. This is a game changer.
Genius. And I was going to compliment the beautiful acrylic.
Isn't it so pretty?
Yes, where did you get that?
That's the Container Store.
Oh my gosh, I need that. It can sit out and feel like part of the
if you're going to
home.
leave it in your kitchen, you got to like it.
Yeah, absolutely. So staying on top of that paper. And then email systems I think are similar. Now a lot more is coming in electronically, but getting ahead of that file system would be helpful.
Right, for sure. Yeah, and with email too, it's the same thing. Have a regular time, just like the backpacks. Check your email regularly. And again, don't leave it in your inbox. Take the action into your to-do list, delete or archive the email so that you're just not having all that clutter build up.
I feel so calm and in control
I'm
here
so
talking
glad.
to you. So thank you.
See, we're getting on the freeway.
Come back, would you?
Yeah,
when we're down the road.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit. Going faster, but still some freeway bumps. Where can we get more advice from you, Jenny?
So come find me on Instagram at JLTheHappyGal, or my website's thehappygal.com.
I love following you and seeing the advice you share there. Your clients do as well, I know. Thank you very much.
Thank you.